everybody, Dap here. Back again. I was playing a few minutes ago. I had a power outage, and yeah, I had to restart the computer and stuff. Flip circuit breaker. Now I'm back. The dog's going crazy out there about something. Fucking. It's always one thing around here, huh? Oh, jumping back into this Barbarian. Got some food on its way in here. Some warmed up chicken noodle soup. Friend gave me a little bit of flour, so I'm gonna roll me one. As always, viewer discretion advised. I'm gonna say it better. Smoke pot pan. Sometimes you never know what the fuck I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go out here. Use buttons, right? Where's way out of town? Way out of town. Where we going? Get in out of town. Let's go out of town. Eventually I gotta leave town, right? Eventually I can fucking hit something. How far can I go and not be out of town? There we go. Alright. So there we go. These are the numbers we're looking for right there. So when Frenzy procs, it goes up to 98% attack speed. Alright, very nice, very nice. 98.5% attack speed, not bad, not bad, not bad. And 9,700. Crit chance. Grinder. Hey, welcome back. Had a power outage, had to restart the stream. I guess I didn't have to. I could have just not streamed, but yeah. Yay, chicken noodle.
Let's try Skype again real quick.
Alright. Alright.
She just like to check this again and ask her if she can help you with it.
okay.
I think she's back in. Random people pulled up in the driveway.
Okay. Have you? Ooh, ha, 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 ha. So we'll give that a minute. Hit the joints on. Alright, so we need to level up our glyphs a little more. Every little bit we level our glyphs is incremental damage. I'm wondering exactly how much that helps. So let's see, this would be just 10, right? Or 20. That's what we got here. Plus 220%. Because plus 100%, that'd be doubling it. Take it out. Alright, 15. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So I mean, without it, so we're gaining what? 20, 15, 33. Alright, so 33, 99% elite damage there. Alright, so it's doubling our damage versus elites. Okay. Yeah, if we examine that. What would be something that added a new multiplier that we don't already have, right? Increase damage while wielding a mace. Okay. Damage versus close, damage versus vulnerable. Already have those. $120. No reason to switch those out. So yeah, so territorial would just be additive. We're looking for a new multiplier. You know, like this. 13% increased damage for 4 seconds after creating a dust devil. Right? Our earthquakes naturally create dust devils. So we got a dust devil damage to be wasted, but it'd be a 13% damage multiplier on the final damage. Increased damage to vulnerable. How's that looking? $149. So yeah, I'm not seeing a new category to add yet, really. You know. There's damage to bleeding. I got some of that. Right. I'll still check that. Unfortunately, it doesn't count earthquakes as brawling. Damage to elites, but that seems redundant to remove another one. Got grandfather. Alright, so this is actually another damage multiplier as well. At 15% for 10 seconds. But it takes build up. So damage while fortified, but I already have that. Damage while fortified. I'll confirm in a second. Honestly, everything I looked at, Crusher might be my best bet. Crusher. It seems like a whole new multiplier by itself. Let's try that. Oh, sorry.
You're fine. I don't care. I need drugs.
Okay. Fair enough.
I've already called them and let them know I was running late.
Alright.
And she's like, oh, you're fine. I was like, yeah, I better be.
Yeah. Alright, so the overpower parts are relevant, but that 87% damage with maces. So versus elites got cut in half, but maces appeared, you know. So we'll see. We'll see. That means we gotta level up the maces, right? First, take a couple bites of our chicken noodle soup.
I like it. What the fuck did I do with it?
Lose your babe?
Yeah.
You made chicken noodle. You ate your chicken noodle.
I did.
Oh. About to give Ziggy the rest of this. Every once in a while. I'm poured over this food. You probably like that. Ziggy, you want to come help me finish this chicken noodle soup? Yeah, we drank too much broth. Hold on. Alright, still a little hot. Now you gotta come around here. I'm not feeding it to you underneath the TV or the monitor. Not happening. You better hurry. I gotta stick them in though. Welcome back, Don. I don't know about YouTube, but my other stream, the power went out. So come here, Ziggy. Over here.
Not in the fire.
No. Be right back. Alright. Man. Wife was trying to go to work, but she couldn't find her vape, so I had to help her find her vape so she could go work. Good. Crisis averted. And now, back to Ziggy finishing off this chicken noodle soup. Come here, Ziggy. Sit. Sit. Go ahead. Yeah? Slow down. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Ziggy, come up and eat. Come up and breathe. You gotta breathe. You gotta breathe for a second, okay? Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, okay. Go ahead. Get it. And breathe. Ziggy, breathe. Or don't. Don't throw up on me. I ate about 2/3 of the bowl of chicken noodle soup. He enjoyed the shit out of the other third. Is that yummy? Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Big old pit bull. I say that, he's not even 2 years old yet. He's still a fucking puppy. Oh, jeez. I'm getting big. Alright. So there I was, standing in front of the pit artifact thing. Alright, so testing out stuff. We lowered our elite damage and added damage with mace. So new category added. Let's see if our numbers go up any. Right? I swear I burned through so many potions just like standing there and not using the potions. Ziggy. That's not nice. Ziggy. Get out of there. No growling at Charlie. Hey. Don't pull on my cords either. Crazy dog. Alright, and we drink a potion. Drag my feet for a second before I jump in the pit. That's right, I needed some fucking one-handed sword. Nice, let's go. Or shit, sorry. There we go. Like that. I mean, this one right now, right? Ensembles. Okay. Nice. Nah. Okay. Here we go. Switch to the headphone microphone later. The headphones are charging some. Here we go. Okay, I'm seeing higher numbers. I'm seeing higher numbers now, I think I easily saw some billions early on. Showing up as like 1,000 M and stuff. But I mean, for a tick of an earthquake, that is amazing. Okay. So that was a damage increase. Adding the mace multiplier and lowering damage to elites. Oh, didn't even see it. Anybody catch the license plate of that car? Shit. Oh, wrong way. Wrong hole. Shit. Just used my ultimate there. Jumped into an Explodia then there. Okay. Girl sure is. Wow. I blew up the earthquake, so there was nothing left back there. Yeah.
See some skill unique. Use it well.
Rolling. We're leaping. Keep a leaping. Leap and reap, baby. Leap and reap. That's good. Come on now. I feel like this is hanging. Like it's taking longer than it should. Well, no, word for more sponsors. Oh shit. Wait for me to start the fucking dab, huh? Oh, this is awkward. I'm broke. blast wave. Oh shit. Now here comes some fucking damage. Charlie. That's completely uncalled for. Oh shit. Oh shit. How did they appear everywhere? Huh? Fucking bombs. It's like the only things that can one-shot me. An occasional assassin. Shit. 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 Charlie, you're fine. Well, I guess your food bowl being empty is not fine, I guess, huh? I put a scoop of food in there for Charlie. Oh, fuck. Oh, hi. That's what you're whining about. He was sitting underneath the chair just whining and whining. Oh, from Charlie. Oh, there you go. What we got? Anything on that? 2 minutes on a Legion. 2 minutes on Legion. Should we go? Should we go? I think we should. Where is it? There we go. Shit. Clear backs first. Appreciate that stream boob bot. Now fuck off. Don't care. But just knowing that views can be bought explains so much in this world of streaming. I have two things holding me back in the world of streaming. I don't buy views, and I don't have tits to show. I guess a third, I can't do yoga either because my spine's messed up. So far, those things are holding me back from what I see, as far as like getting views. But it's a hobby. So when I first started playing the game, I thought you had to quickly click on this to get your stacks. You don't. You just have to click it once and then stand near it. Once you turn the fire on, you just stand near it. You build up your stacks. See, I'm at 8 right now. At 9. It's going up. Alright. I guess it's just us. Oh, so I had a little more time there. I guess not. I'll go down this way, guys. Hey, Joe. What's up? Sorry, I was locked in over here. How you doing? What's your question? I've been playing a long time. I can probably help. Ah, I found Daddy. Jesus. Looking like a Ken doll. Like one hair like poking upwards into my nose, itching the fuck out of me. I need to trim. So first you start with the basics. Like you want so for your build you want to get all your aspects on legendary pieces. Uh, and then you work on getting those pieces better. Now, as far as what activities, I kind of just rotate between different things. Now, overall, to progress and get stronger, you need to level your glyphs. And to level your glyphs, you got to do the pit, right? One big goal to help get into Torment 4 is getting all your glyphs to level 46. Once all your glyphs are 46, they get another little power bump and stuff. And yeah, it starts making it easier to do damage on Torment 4. And then it's just pushing your glyphs higher and your Paragon level higher to be able to do a little more. But like for most of the gear you want can drop from almost anything in the game. That's one of the beauties. Now there are bosses you can target for specific uniques. So if there's specific uniques you want, then you can find out which boss is more likely to drop them. And so like say oh, look at this. Andario has some whispers right now. Let's go slap Andario. Should be able to, I think. Yeah, so whenever you get a legendary is just the orange item. Alright? You have normal items that are gray. You have magic items that are blue. You have rare items that are yellow. You have legendary items that are orange. And then ancestral legendary means they have some type of masterwork stat. See, it's like a critical roll on those numbers with the stars. After that you have uniques, which uniques, other than upgrading their masterworking, like all their stats are locked in. And then after uniques you have mythic unique, which is purple, and have some type of like super amazing fucking effect. Like the grandfather here completely like more than doubles all of my critical strike damage. Right? Now, as far as legendaries can drop from anywhere in the game. And then you take a legendary to the Oculus and you imprint whatever power you're wanting to have on that specific piece. If you're missing any powers, you have to salvage the items that have those powers to like learn those powers, right? So let's say, oh, there's no Oculus here. Let me go kill Andariel while it still whispers. So the bosses, the ones you use the keys for, they have the mythic uniques. Those purple items are on their loot tables. But they also all drop specific of the unique items. Yeah, let's see. So, like looking at my gear, so like I have, so like my fists, boots, two-handed mace, a one-handed sword, and 2 rings are legendaries. Now my build requires specific powers imprinted on these. You know, so like I'm using an earthquake build. So here's one where on a two-handed weapon it gets double the blue numbers. So at the bottom, my earthquakes deal 120% increased damage. And while standing in earthquakes and for 4 seconds afterwards, I deal 100% increased damage. And let's see, then right here is another one on a sword where my earthquake damage is increased by 100%. And then on rings, let's see, well I have a barrier, which I have a way to create a barrier, increases my damage. Whenever I cast a shout, it decreases its cooldown based on how many enemies are around. Let's see, this pulls stuff to me, increases damage they take. Then this increases damage of earthquakes as well. So I have things that are focused on earthquakes that kind of make the build. And then I have these other uniques, like this unique increases damage I do based on the amount of fury I have, right? This one, this is what makes it so I can just leap and leap and leap without a cooldown. because of the effect on here. And it's like every main build has like synergy like this that lets it like push the ceiling, you know. Here, this chest piece right here, chance for earthquakes to deal double damage. Then my Hammer of Ancients can make my earthquakes explode for their full damage. Here's a mythic unique that is just like everybody can use this, and it greatly increases your damage. So like most people, they try to get a hold of this headpiece, and there's a chest piece that gives +1 to all passives that a lot of people use in their builds. And here's a unique. But like say if I wanna get better version of this sword or better version of this necklace or this chest piece or these legs, there's specific bosses I can go and I can kill those bosses over and over again to try to get a better version of those uniques. The same with killing the bosses, trying to get a better version of these mythic uniques. But yeah, legendaries can drop from anywhere. Certain activities might give certain powers more than others. Whenever you salvage a power at the blacksmith, it like unlocks it for you. So that way you can go to Oculus, you can add any power that you've salvaged before onto a legendary item. In a second, I will upgrade an item. I will show you like how I go through the process of like if I'm trying to get a new piece of gear, what I do for it. Now you will see you'll want to build up a lot of resources first. The method I'm going to do, like you don't really do this until like you're ready to invest a lot of resources in stuff. But right now it's like I'm just stockpiling resources because it's few and far between that I find a real upgrade now. Unless I'm just doing stuff to play around. Alright, so here's Andariel. She can be a pain, especially for this build that I have. Because I gotta be careful not to jump in the fire that she puts on the ground. But let's see if I can kill her before anything really happens. Almost. Oh, got it. So she is one of the toughest bosses in the game. But when you get powerful enough, it really doesn't matter. So Andariel's hoard 3 pincushions here. It's one of the resources you get as you kill stuff throughout the game. It's called the boss lair hoard stuff. So I got 12 of those right now from the playing I've done. Oh, look at that. Fuck. 4-star boots. Wow. I don't use unique boots, but wow. Why couldn't that have been an item I use? 4 fucking stars. Holy shit. That's like... people sell that shit on a fucking auction house. Like a real world. Oh, it's even got the fucking max roll at the bottom. Holy shit. I'm gonna have to put this fucking build together now. Damn. I don't know if this item's usable in the current season though. Damn. Right. Well, to give you an idea, so this is Torment 4. I was just like kind of speed farming Pit 80. Pit 55 is Torment 4. So yeah, Torment 4 is really nothing to me right now. The Pit is where I find challenge at. And some bosses with like one-shot mechanics. There's stuff to watch out for. Let's see. So the biggest thing for me would really be trying to grind the items to open the boss chest with, right? Let's see. I don't know if you're playing Barbarian, but my build's not the same as the one on Max Roll. There were things I wanted to do different. Oh, I kind of do my own thing sometimes. Oh shit, that's not actually... I'll probably never use it. It's like... Granted, it probably goes in the walking arsenal. I don't know. And for the most part, I'm at the part where if it doesn't have stars, I don't want to fill up my stash with it. Alright. Rogue's pretty good. Alright, so let's take a legendary item. Alright. Let's see. Can I get lucky real quick? Give me some type of good necklace here. No. Alright, so on certain items, you want to prioritize damage. On certain items, you prioritize your survivability, right? You can follow, for a rogue, you can follow the same system I'm following, where I go for a lot of different sources of damage, and then there's a couple sources that I heavily invest in, right? In my current version, I'm going with critical strike damage. You might be vulnerable or something else. But because Grandfather is more than doubling, it says 100%, but it's almost like triple in the way it calculates it. The Grandfather greatly increases how much crit damage I get from each source. That's why I like... So when my combat numbers are going off, my critical strike damage is in the 9,000s. 9,000 something percent critical strike damage. That's why my yellow numbers are so fucking big, right? Rogues can do this similar stuff, but you want to make sure that you have a little bit from all these different areas. Like, see, I got damage with a mace, damage versus close, damage versus elites, damage versus healthy. Alright, so that means if it's an elite and it's close and it's healthy and I'm hitting with a mace, this multiplies, right? Instead of like so actually, at the beginning of the stream, I increased my damage by I had over 200% versus elites. I didn't have anything with a mace. All right, but think about this. So now I have 104 with mace. I have 105 with elites. I could get rid of that mace and probably add another 104 to elites. But when it comes to calculating damage, think about this: 105 plus 104 is 209% damage. 105 times 104, because different categories multiply together, is much more. A few digits, right? But so that right there just had me start doing like a few 100 million more damage from that one switch. So it's what we call like buckets of numbers. So you want... So like I got multipliers in a lot of different areas. So while I'm healthy, while I'm making them bleed, when they're injured, so you know, when they're close to dying, when I'm just starting fighting them, if they're elites, that's the blue ones, the yellow ones, and bosses. Bosses are also elites. When they're close, so I do lose some close when I like jump away from them. Mace, corrupting, poison, burning, bleeding, but fire, because earthquake damage is converted to fire. And then I make sure I make them vulnerable, so I get a vulnerable multiplier. Earthquake can't overpower. If it could, that'd be insane. But it does crit, right? And when I have my in combat buffs going, my attack speed's near 100%, crits at 100%, and critical strike damage is like 9,000 something. Alright, so types of stats you want to go for on your item as a rogue. So where I went for strength, you go for dex, right? But we're both going for similar stuff. Let's see, on a necklace, I was going to make a necklace as well to show you how I create an item. If I have a necklace that hasn't been used yet. A legendary one, that is. I'll be damned. Overpowered. I guess maybe I'll go wrist, or sorry, gloves. Crit damage, okay, I'm happy with that. I'll take crit damage, okay. Alright, so in a moment I'm going to show you how I upgrade stuff. Which, if you want to keep from accidentally destroying stuff, press spacebar on it twice and get this bookmark on it. Also, whenever you add stuff to your armory sets, it adds the bookmark to the items and protects them. So if they're in your inventory, you don't accidentally salvage them. Okay, let's see what we got here. So on rings, this is rings and necklaces. They're your offensive jewelry. All right. So I got crit damage, damage over time, attack speed, damage. Honestly, I'd rather have more crit damage than damage over time. I'm really not sure if damage over time is working for me, but technically, Earthquake is deal damage over 4 seconds. So like Earthquake damage is damage over time, so I'm not really sure if it's affecting it. Been trying to figure it out. Like, I don't think it is. Because even though Earthquake is dealing damage over time, I think it's dealing separate instances of direct damage. Because things I have that deal direct damage trigger off Earthquake. Lucky Hit does not, though. Let's see. So crit chance, crit damage, attack speed, strength. You know, so like you, a perfect ring would be dex, attack speed, crit chance, crit damage. That'd be an amazing fucking ring for a rogue, right? That life on hit is just a random ass thing I got. You'll see that. It's a season thing. I'll do that in a minute. Let's see. Your weapons are also offensive pieces. Ideally, I wouldn't want life on hit here. I mean, it helps having one thing with life on hit with how much I hit stuff. Damage and crit damage, that's what I want. This is one item I'm using to give everything vulnerable when I hit. If we look over here, well, when I'm in combat, the chance goes up. Oh, sorry. But right now, without any buffs, Leap has an 89% lucky hit chance. So almost every leap is triggering one of my free frenzy buffs. So lucky hit at the top of this, up to 20% chance to gain a stack of frenzy. So when I'm in combat, pretty much every hit I do, every time I leap, is getting lucky hits. So 20% chance every time I leap to get a frenzy stack. Which max stacks of frenzies, giving me a damage and attack speed buff. The speed that I leap is based on attack speed. So you know, there's so much synergy in this game that you can stack on top of it. And then also, like say in frenzy itself, I got while berserking, which I'm always berserking. When I leap on stuff, it triggers berserking. Your other skills gain 6% attack speed for each stack of frenzy. So my frenzy goes up to 5 stacks now, so that's another 30% attack speed on top of the 47% attack speed from this necklace. So that's a lot faster leaping, you know, which is faster earthquake spawning. Alright, and you also have a thing called tempers, which they're random stats you can get on the bottom. So like I got the chance for earthquakes to cast twice at the bottom. Got fire damage on this one at the bottom. I got this one gave critical strike damage. Critical strike damage. Earthquake size. And critical strike damage. I could have done earthquake duration as well. And then earthquake duration is essentially a huge damage boost when I detonate it. So that is a future thing I should probably do. But instead, I went with more fucking critical strike damage because look at that shit. It's like that 113% critical strike damage could have been the duration for earthquake. But anyways. Alright, so upgrading an item. So let's say you get an item you want, like this. Doom Gauntlets of Anemia. Alright. Now I have one necklace that I also use sometimes, that necklace has this earthquake power. So I could use a set of gloves that doesn't have this earthquake power, that has a different power. I actually like one power that makes a bleed easier for me, because I have a damage multiplier when stuff's bleeding. So let's see, I might go with that. But first, so everything I have on this list came from salvaging items. When you salvage stuff at the blacksmith, you learn those aspects. Now, you might need to salvage something 21 different times, like a higher version, to get the max number. So if the first accelerating aspect that I ever salvaged, if it had 10%, then imprinting it on the item would just give the 10%. And then I would have to loot a version with higher than 10% to upgrade my version. I've looted and salvaged enough that most of my skills are starting to get maxed. Some are still not quite there. But let's see. Things that I could benefit from. I don't use core skills, so that wouldn't do me any good. This would be pretty good for me. I mean, it makes it vulnerable and do other stuff. Let's see. Funny thing here is I could do this and change, instead of leap, I could charge. And just keep charging and charging and charging. I've thought about that. I'm always leaping, so this would make a summon appear and do what I do. So this would be a flat damage buff as well, because I'm pretty much always berserking. But this, so Earthquake does trigger this, because, like I said, anytime I've tested it, Earthquake seems like it's dealing direct, or it procs off direct damage, not damage over time. So yeah, I think this gives me some options. I'm gonna go with it. Alright, so now I have the power on the legendary item I want of when you deal damage while berserking, inflict 34% of the base damage dealt as additional bleeding. So it has crit damage, max life, life per second, and poison resistance. I'm replacing either the life per second or poison resistance. Also at the Oculus, the last tab is enchant item. So I want to put this over here, and I want to replace either life per second or poison resistance. I'm on the fence. But what we're going for, we can go for, let's see. Alright, we'll be losing attack speed. So from our current stats, we'll be losing attack speed. Alright. So we can go for, strength. Attack speed, are we losing strength? Yeah, we're losing strength too, shit. We have a lot of strength. But I'm thinking attack speed. Alright, and which one are we doing? Strength or attack speed? Yeah. We'll keep the poison resistance. We can actually get something out of that. And there's strength. We'll give it a couple. Oh, one. Oh, shit. Max strength, attack speed. Max strength. I'm going strength. That was the max roll, so I took it. Alright, so I got the aspect imprinted. I have the stats set. Now I go and temper. I go over here to the blacksmith. I tempering. And so gloves can have either offensive or utility. Offensive, I mentioned my current ones. I got the critical strike damage. And I also talk about adding the. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I also talk about adding all the different like buckets of numbers and stuff, right? So tempering is a way that if you're missing a category or a multiplier, you can pick and choose different things. You know, so like if I was using Wrath of the Berserker as my ultimates, I could go damage while Wrath of the Berserker is active, and then have another huge multiplier whenever I'm using the ultimate. You know. Let's see, but like I'm not though. I'm using one that already gives a damage multiplier. Let's see, damage while berserking, I already have that, so that'd be additive. I mean, I already have base damage, that'd be additive. This would be new, damage to crowd control, but you'd have to stun the boss, or stagger the boss to get that effect on a boss. I got some that would be additive. This would be new, but kind of irrelevant for me, unless I Earthquake and jump away real far. I mean, I guess when I'm speed farming. Fire damage, building fire, since Earthquake converts to fire, that has been helpful, adding fire damage. Damage to injured would help me execute stuff faster. So bleeding isn't my source of damage. I inflict bleeding, so that way I get a damage to bleeding multiplier, right? So I don't care about my bleeding damage itself. Brawling damage is my leap, but I don't care about my leap damage. Sometimes it hits nice, but I care about the earthquake damage that leap produces. Let's see. I keep the same weapon the entire time. I don't use basic, I don't use core, don't rely on my ultimate damage. Alright, so here's the crit damage, so again, I get like double or more from all crit damage, right? Vulnerable is always good. Earthquake doesn't overpower, so that's irrelevant. So between everything on this list, I would say crit damage, fire damage, then vulnerable damage for me. But I do want to see utility. Let's see what we got in utility. Earthquake size. Duration. Berserking duration. That vulnerable duration. Yeah. The other one I'm looking for must be on one of these. It's looking for the duration. Earthquake duration. Here, hold on a second. Get off of here. Defensive. No. Resource. No. Mobility? No. Of course. Alright, so only one of my weapons is going to need this eventually. Alright, so this... Oh man, that's a lot of my fire damage. 142. I got 257. I mean, I'd still have the fire multiplier. But yeah, so two-handed weapons get double stats. Amulets get time and a half. Everything else gets just single. So it's like this had that 90% chance for earthquakes cast twice would have been 45 on a sword. But yeah, my next sword I'm gonna have to try earthquake duration, because that's essentially increasing earthquake damage by that percentage if I detonate my earthquakes. Anyways, I digress. Alright, continuing on with this item, offensive, I'm going to go crit damage. Critical strike damage. Now, it has a chance to roll 40 to 65, but a small chance of a critical strike, that would give time and a half, right? That is why, like, some of these have such large numbers on that temper roll, right? So... temper, skip, 64. It's tempting to keep that, but 4 rolls, I'm greedy. Can I crit? Nope, that was minimum. That sucks. Mid-range. Oh, crit. Got it. 97.5. Woo! Alright, but remember, you only have a certain amount of tempers, right? So I could have like got stuck on the 40 somehow. But look at that crit damage. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that fucking awesome? Look at that. Alright, now one of the final steps, we go masterworking. Now, if it was a jewelry slot, you'd want to make sure you add your sockets as well. Alright? Very important, down at the jeweler. Because the main thing for this season is sanctifying an item, which can either fuck up or improve or be meh, but it locks everything in on the item. It's a season thing. You get to kind of add something new to the item. Alright? Some things can be amazing. You could get, so this, like the purple wording here, the purple aspect, you could get that put on this, right? Anyways, so masterworking. Quality 0-25. Each one's going to upgrade stats. Upgrade 5-25, 10, 13, 17, 20. Alright, so then the final one after it's 25-25, see it's boosting the numbers up the entire time. Increasing the item power number. The final one is going to give me a crit on one of these numbers. Alright, so it's about to crit one of these when I go like this. Strength, no thanks. I want that bottom critical strike damage to crit for me. With how I have this build going, I want to crit that critical strike damage. Nope. Son of a bitch. Wrong one. There it is. Boom. A few points more critting this one than the other one. Alright, so now if it was jewelry or a weapon or a piece of armor, you go to the jeweler, add socket, and you make sure you add your socket. Because the next part is going to lock the item in. Oh, it really does. It really does. There's so many numbers behind this game. Alright. I've just been playing a long time either. I didn't follow a guide per se making this character. I just took the items as it gave me. Recently I looked at some guides that were out there for the earthquake, and there's a few things I'm doing different than them. Currently I'm keeping it that way. Like choice of aspects and stuff. But right here at this anvil, Heavenly Forge, sanctify stuff. Now, early on feels like you don't get many of these, but long term you get enough that you'll be able to sanctify every item you got. So a few things are going to happen. I'm about to just roll the dice on this item. It could replace one of the stats on here with something I hate. It could add a new stat. It could add a new legendary power. It could add a mythic unique power. I really don't fucking know. But like there is a chance it completely fucks it up and ruins everything I did. Like it could replace one of those critical strike damages on there with like plus all resistance, and I'm like, fuck! It just ruins the item, you know? But here we go. Let's see what happens. A fix upgraded to greater fix. Okay, so that means it took one of those stats and gave it that crit. Alright, what is that, max life? Well, life is life. But anyways, and so that is how you fully upgrade an item once you're working on your end set, right? Now, there was a lot of resources involved there, and a chance of the resources getting wasted at the end. So early on, you want to pick and choose what pieces that you start investing in. You don't really start upgrading or a lot of stuff until you think you're going to have that item for a bit, you know? For the most part, as you're leveling, you're just going for, like, you know, the green numbers or the blue, you know, upgrades. Anyway, so now to like keep the synergy of my sets, to try out the new item here, right? Let's see. Man, this is actually giving me more crit damage. I'm losing a little strength and losing some attack speed, but overall, it's not bad. And I'm gonna go over here to, yes. Alright, so I'm gonna add bleeding while I'm berserking, and I'm gonna put earthquake increased by 86% converted to fire up on there. Also worth noting, +5 to counteroffensive. Counteroffensive is each level of that is 4% increased damage while I'm fortified. Alright, so I go like that and like that. And let's see. That's why I got so much shit just lying around everywhere. It's crazy. I'm always messing with different builds and theory crafting stuff. Let's see, jewel crafter. Alright, we got fire. You know, I'm just gonna add another fire because craft ruby, fuck yeah, let's go. So tired of getting one shot by those explodies. Still gonna get one shot by them, I bet. Probably gotta go like all 3 fire there to block out the fire damage. That's what I'm actually doing for that. So yeah, lightning, 57% damage reduction for lightning. Fire, 80%. Fuck yeah. Armor overall 73%. These all stack together. It's like your armor damage reduction stacks with elemental type, including physical. And then there's, let's see, damage reduction while fortified, damage reduction from elites, all damage reduction, dodge chance. It all adds together. Just like you got multipliers for your damage, you have multipliers for your survivability too. So if you're struggling getting one shot everywhere, then you might need to add like a multiplier in somewhere for survivability. Alright. And now we're gonna run through an 80 again, see if the 80 feels about the same as it was, right? We know some ticks of the earthquake were over 1 billion. Will we see any of those again? We shall see. We don't have all the frenzy stuff going anymore, so there's that. Because of that, we should take that off and put them both right here. More points of fury, because we increase damage by fury. Alright, that being said, drink a potion, attack speed. Our build loves attack speed. Back to 80. Back in the pile. Alright. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I saw 1,600 M there. Plenty of damage. A lot of fucking explodey shit right there. I hate it because it looks the same as my earthquakes. All I can do is jump away. Blam. Yeah, I forgot to show you. So my earthquakes are coming from the rune word tech, and I have it attached to every time I use a cooldown, I create earthquakes. I got the pants that instantly reset the cooldown on leap for me. So essentially, every time I use the cooldown on leap, I drop an earthquake. All the builds out there are using the, I mean, they got the rune word, but they're also using the aspect where you get damage reduction for standing in your earthquakes, but that makes leap create earthquakes. So that means that half your earthquakes are not from the rune word. Well, the rune word earthquake is where all the damage comes from. Somehow it does like insanely more damage than any other earthquake you create. They don't know if it's bugged or what. So I know I gave up damage reduction for it, but I took the leap earthquakes out of my screen. I only have earthquakes from the rune word. To me that's important because you can only have 10 earthquakes active at a time. When I make an earthquake, it creates 2. Right? So if my leap creates 2 earthquakes, but then my rune word creates 2 earthquakes, that means I'm creating 4 at a time. Only 2 of them have the damage I want. So when I create 8 earthquakes, only 4 of them have the damage I want. That means when I create the next 4, 2 of them are disappearing. Oh, right into the fucking bomb. I hate those. Look, it doesn't matter how much fucking fire resistance I got. It's just boom. That is like just a one-shot mechanic. Holy fuck. I think dodge is like the only way I've ever survived that. And starting out, I gotta build my fortify back up. That's the worst part about dying, is having to get the fortify built back up. It really is. It really is. Very mobile, you know. Don't mind me. Just going around everywhere. Where the fuck I want. Shit, I need to repair my armor. Oh shit! It heard me asking for an amulet. Please be offensive stats. Amulet can have like almost anything. It's not horrible, right? Honestly, you could take that damage, maybe change the damage to something, and you might have an amazing amulet for an overpowered build. Oh overpowers like a critical strike of a critical strike, right? Damage on overpower is through the roof. I have a build I'm going to put together next where it's like every hit I do would be an overpower. Heavy-handed is a passive of damage with two-handed weapons. So very good passive there. The leaping build doesn't need movement speed. Part of the overpowered damage formula involves your maximum life. So the higher your maximum life, the more you overpower for. Fortifies in that formula as well. So if you have a lot of... your fortify is equal to your life as well. Anyway. Let's see, did I do this already? I did. Back we go. Excuse me. Alright. So earlier in the stream I increased my damage by swapping out a glyph. Which was Crusher. It's now up to 82. Yay. This was a direct damage increase for me, because this is where I had the one given a bonus to magic nodes. It also gave a multiplier to 200 weapons. 8%, right? But 220% to all magic nodes on this one gave a bonus to damage to elites here. And also increased the damage. I already had those categories, right? I talked about the additive and multiplicative damage. So I lowered the damage to elites by taking off that other glyph and added this one, which added a new category, which was damage while wielding a mace. And yeah, my damage went up a bit. So now I'm just got this leveled up. That's why I was running the pits over and over again. But now I still need to run the pits because I need to get some more Paragon levels. Because this one I need to fill in more strength nodes. Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3. Let's see. 4, 5, 6 more strength nodes. So I mean that's another 6 times that damage while wielding a mace. I want to say glyphs go up to level 100, so you can incrementally keep increasing your power level by grinding the pits. Like if you feel you've hit a ceiling, but you have the ability to level your glyph some, then that might be a way to raise your ceiling. Oh, I lowered my strength though. That's one thing I hate. I saw big numbers going through there. Need to throw that in here. Oh, did 85 earlier. It was a slog. I don't feel like doing that yet. Kind of feel like pausing a second to roll one. Oh, fuck. Now I leveled with Whirlwind. Oh, I need to repair too. And Whirlwind creating earthquakes. Or like I got to Torment 4 with Whirlwind. Like it's a similar build, but instead of leaping to make earthquakes, you're moving. I had one version that was all bleed that was actually seeming pretty powerful. That I might try to resurrect. I had this build. I was just turning the entire like boss's life bar to bleed and executing them using this thing, the Shattered Bow. I got plus 999% damage over time and attack speed while berserking. Oh, it also inflicted the Vampiric Curse. That's right. But yet, you can't compete with the Grandfather, like giving so much crit damage. It's crazy. Attack speed while berserking though, and that damage over time. I would be curious how this would work with this build though, because if if Earthquake is inflicting 34% of the base damage dealt as additional bleed damage, that would get multiplied by 999% damage over time. I don't know if you saw the bottom part yet. Or enemies afflicted by more damage over time than their remaining life are executed. So all I have to do is fill up their bar with bleeding and they die. Hey, Phantom, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. You here to talk Diablo, or you here to try to show me artwork? Nah. I know. I still always have to ask. Like, I've had some people come back like 3 days later, like, so, can I show you some overlays? How you doing today, though? Did you have a Merry Christmas? Oh, the funniest thing is like most of the stuff that they try to show me or send me on Discord and stuff. It's the same as like my my co-pilot recommends the stuff, you know. Oh, very nice, very nice. I've been getting incremental upgrades back and forth on here. I don't know how many of them you've seen. I feel like I have like 10 different versions of the build already. Repair before I forget. Oh, shit. Right. I did 85 on the Barbarian already. So far, feeling like an accomplishment. You know. Man, it's getting warm in here. Oh, very nice, very nice. So it's not the re-released Diablo 2. It's, I'm guessing, a fan sponsored Diablo 2. I remember a long time ago, my friends had a version we were all just like passing around on the laptop. When you actually play games offline. That's the reason they took the capability away too. Oops. Alright. Ah, nice. Oh, I hope that's the AC that just kicked on. If it's the heat, you're going to see me dying. Oh, very nice, very nice. It's one thing I hate. I've lost all my like old keys and stuff from back in the day. I don't know, younger, bounced around different households, then military life, bounced around different places, and yeah, sucks. There's some old stuff like that I wish I still had that I would like to play on emulators and stuff. It's like I owned all of it. I just had to lose it and get rid of it because of circumstance. Yeah, I mean, well, I got D2 on Battle.net. I might play it at some point. Some of yours probably kill me if I jump straight into another Diablo game. They're like, when are you coming back to the games that we found you on? But Diablo was one of the first games I streamed when I started streaming a year ago. But I really hated what they did with the Spirit one. Well, I still haven't played it all the way through. Yeah, Diablo 1 is what got me in. I missed most of Diablo 2. I want to say like my career and stuff had me miss part of it. But that's when like some of my friends had it and like I put it on one of my laptops once, but then like yeah, that laptop died. Never got to finish it. But I always enjoyed it. So I got the one on here, but like I played the shit out of Diablo 3 and Diablo 4. Um, but yeah, so I have the one on here. I just haven't played it through, you know, because I've had Diablo 3 and Diablo 4. Well, one day, so like I can sit down and play, and it'd be a pretty new story to me. Yeah. So my first like gaming, I would say like in computer games. Now, granted, like video games, I go back to like my first console system was Atari, then regular Nintendo, followed by Super Nintendo and Sega CD and stuff. But for computer gaming, late '90s, we got Diablo, Baldur's Gate, Ultima Online, EverQuest. Like that's my like original like computer games. You know, I mean there was some like individual ones before that. You know, like Might and Magic. You know. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was Baldur's Gate was one of the originals for like top-down isometric like this in Diablo. Like playing a game, looking at it from above. Baldur's Gate, and then Ultima Online, and like essentially like this is like Ultima Online right here. Bunch of players running around open world, killing shit. You know. It's not part of the Divinity series. The company that made the Divinity series is the gaming company that made Baldur's Gate 3. That was real popular. Completely different series. If anything, Baldur's Gate was like the grandfather of it, so Divinity had copied Baldur's Gate. But different series, but the same. Right, the same gaming company got the contract to make the game and the IP for it. Baldur's Gate is the world of Forgotten Realms and Dungeons and Dragons. Hmm. I'm not sure. I know the Baldur's Gate was a story from uh, Forgotten Realms and you know that world. What time is it? TSR? Let's see. One second. Hold on a sec. So I'm showing the Divinity series started in 2002 from what I'm seeing. Baldur's Gate came out in 98. I was thinking late 90s. Because that was when I had a computer. Or started to access a computer. Was late 90s. Yeah, it was Larian Studios did both of them. Baldur's Gate was originally the original ones developed by BioWare. Probably what helped BioWare become so famous back in the day. And then later continued on by Larian Studios with Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, we know we've heard of BioWare's name as a gaming company for many years now, but late 90s, Baldur's Gate, it's probably one of their first games. Yeah. Yeah, back in the day, you would have loved Ultima Online. It's like World of Warcraft or something, but like Diablo. You know, it's picture playing or I don't know, similar to Lost Ark and stuff, but there was like open world building and one big thing, it was completely player driven, like open world PvP, and but like if you killed somebody, other people would band together in town and come and hunt you down as a player killer. It was fun. Oh fuck. What do you got here? Blah, blah, blah. Oh shit. I just saw Myles Garrett sitting out the season finale. Fuck. Got a roster going later. For today, I got Derrick Henry. Got a roster that goes from today through Monday. Or Sunday night. I forget. Just Sunday night, yeah. Now I got people in like each range. So today I got Henry and the Ravens defense. Playing in Green Bay. Let's go. Lamar Jackson's out. Huntley's in. Hand it off to Henry. Jordan Love's out for the Packers. Malik Wilson's in. Let the Ravens defense make some plays. Ravens need a win this week and beat the Steelers next week to make the playoffs, as well as Steelers lose to the Browns tomorrow. But the Browns just said they're resting Myles Garrett. That's why I thought that was relevant. Let's see. Players that I'm targeting this week. So on the Bills, Josh Allen already throws it to his running back a lot, Cook the third. He already gets an insane amount of fantasy points. This week, it looks like both of the Bills' tight ends are injured, so that means there's going to be more passes to the running back. So definitely get cooked this week. Lamar Jackson's out. That means a lot of stuff should go through Henry if the Ravens are smart and serious about trying to make the playoffs. So I got Henry. If he's healthy, there's Chris Olave with the Saints. And I'm a Titans fan, but the Alvin Kamara's going to be out again. Most of the passes are going to be going Olave's way, just like last week. Last week he had 16 targets. It's fucking insane. It's like on fucking nearing records. So he's like, all that's going on is just right now monitoring his health. See, New England has some injury issues as well in offense. So Stephon Diggs is going to be one of the top targets this weekend. Sunday night we got DJ Moore with the other receiving options out for the Bears. So DJ Moore is going to be the top receiving option, but he's at like a bargain rate. Alright, and another thing, a guy that's been a gem the last few weeks has been Gainwell from the Steelers. He has been killing it in anything that gives points for receptions. And DK Metcalf just got suspended this week and next week. So that means there's going to be even more passes going to Gainwell, who was already like the most targeted person. But now the top receiver just got taken out for 2 weeks. So Gainwell's fantasy points can go through the roof, and he's like bargain value. But overall, like two that are serious value that are going to have insane results this week is DJ Moore and Kenneth Gainwell. Other ones that I talked about, they're expensive. They should do what they're supposed to do. But Stephon Diggs, he's fairly cheap. He should have extra targets this week. And he's been one of the top touchdown scorers for the Patriots all year. So that bodes well. Anyway, just talking while I'm smoking. Alright, so what am I doing next? World Boss 46. Probably doubtful, I don't know. We'll see. It's crazy that nothing in the season had me go do Dark Citadel. I haven't done Dark Citadel in over a year. Don't really feel like it. Oh shit, that looks like whispers. We're gonna go jump on a boss while we smoke. Zoom, zoom, motherfuckers. Hey, said fucking jump, lag. I'm alone. Oh shit. Oh shit. Nope. turn Tree of Whispers too. Ooh. Hello. Excuse me. F also picks up. Shit. Did not think this through. Alright, keeping anything? Nope. 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 Damn. That's not bad, shit like that. Where'd it go? There it is.
See some steel you need. What's left to us?
No idea. Alright, so the other day I was wondering like where I got a lot of obusite from and like how to actually find some obusite. It's from the treasure sigils. The treasure goblin sigils. That's where you get, like, I've gotten like 20,000 obusite off one fucking sigil. Let's see. Where's it? This guy right here, Treasure Breach. Alright. Oh, this one's even fucking whispers. Alright. It's another potion. Somehow they always disappear. Once more into the breach. Oh, fuck yeah. Look, oh, we got a fucking amazing one here. Holy shit. Yeah. Alright. Oh yeah, it's only Torment 4. Nah. Oh, I found a goblin already. Found more. Oh, obusite. Look at all that obusite. Wow. Holy fuck. Goblins give the obusite. Sweet mother of goblins. Ooh. They're everywhere. Don't let them get away. Get back here. Not finished with you. Shit. Is there more? Oh no, I got him. Oh shit. Or did I? Did I get him? I don't know. lag. Goblins. Holy shit, goblins.
Your Zuckerman church is supposed to be empty, but I heard them story. They called to me, splitting open my wings. We'll see what I've got. No one's around, but there is no escape.
Alright, I get anything worthwhile? Let's see. Nothing.
Please don't spill, you need. I'll keep my floor chalked. Return soon. Use it now.
Rank 8 board. Oh shit. Damn. I mean, all amazing. I mean, do we go Aether Lords right out the fucking gate? Or do we just multiply the Aether Fiends? I think we multiply the Aether Fiends first. 52 is pretty good for the first wave. But this sucks. I guess we go here. Alright. Well, here we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, fuck. Man. Oh. Ow. Oh. Oh. Oh, we just fucking go. So while it's tempting to go with faster waves again, definitely want to go with +2 to Aether Fiends because I got Lords, which is triple Aether Fiends. +2 is really +6. Ah, shit. No. How the fuck did that change? Oh, I changed the buttons there. Fuck. Okay. Should do a little better now. Here we go. Salted beans. Fuck the Aether Fiends. Don't really care about them. Well, that was a good fucking wave. Oh my goodness, we got the same choice as before. We can either add Hellborn to the mix, minor, but holy shit, more +2 on Aether Fiends, or faster. Felt like it was already so fast. I think we go +2 again. Let's do it. Yeah. Hey, Paragon level! Yay! Oh. I'm done. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Damn. Well, shit. Could have been better. Could have been better. Sure, you have a lot of fucking soul spires. They're not supposed to have soul spires. Working on it.
I thought more than horseshoes and mere what's use it now? See some skill you need. My hammer sings on units of
Chasing the whispers. What? More? I just did this. Oh, right, that's right. Got it. Let's go. See what the Tree Whisperers has then.
It is done.
I forge more than horseshoes and nails. What'd you need? Greetings. How shall I guide my hammer?
Do I do another pit? So if I got that working, I don't need this one going. Is that two? Level 80, huh? Wow. Damn. Die already. Shit. juice. Fucking explodies everywhere. Man. What the? Oh, let's go. Ah, fireball. Jumped right into the fucking fireball. So now I gotta wait on some fucking fortify here. Boosted it on the low. Alright. Not a good stuff. Alright. Alright, everybody, I'm gonna take a little break, stretch my legs, go make coffee, and I'll be back on something later. Thanks for tuning in. First time out there, hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.